Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Painting Table. This is my weekly show where you get to look at the progress I've made painting this week, what's new and coming up, some work in progress stuff. It's not always directly cyclical. I don't always get the things I showed you work in progress last week done this week, as is much the case this week, where I finished off some new stuff for Infinity, a little bit piece for This Is Not a Test, and I'm working on all kinds of other projects too. So let's take a look at what I got done this week. So here's what I got done this week. I'll do the big stuff first. I finished painting out my 3 pulp buildings from MC Studios. So I've got their windows and stuff in them now, and this is gonna be for zombie gaming, Batman, any kind of modern stuff that I feel like doing, which will be coming up soon. I'm also working on some Batman figures, some caps, because Jay and Chris from Lloyd's were super into that game, and they've been wanting to film with me for a while. So I'll have an appropriate done table relatively soon. And I finished some Yu Ching. I finished the Guija, which is the big giant murder robot of the regular sort of like vanilla. It's not in either sectorial actually. I don't think it's in the ISS, and I don't think it's in the JSA either. It's just in the vanilla, Yu Ching army, which is the army I play, which is perfect. And I painted 2 Yao Zaos, a Kanran, and an Oniwaban, there we go. Kanran, Oniwaban, and 2 Yao Zaos to finish off sort of modernizing my Yu Ching. I got my Sujan I got to paint soon. And I've also got a bunch more specialists, another Shaolin. My Dragon Lady is a work in progress. I need to finish for this actually for tomorrow for some games we're going to be recording here in the studio. Doing a little mini ITS, and she's my HVT, of course. And then I've also got, of course, there's more Toha too, but I said I would work on Toha and Yu Ching for this ITS season's main armies. And the Toha is now kind of up to scale, so I have more stuff painted for Toha, and it was time to get the Yu Ching done. So this adds a whole big chunk of points. I think this whole thing together is probably close to 200 points for these 5 models, which adds a nice selection to my army. Then we got this little fella for This Is Not a Test. This is actually not released yet, but this is one of the new bots that Joey is doing for This Is Not a Test. It says hello on his chest there. This is the Medibot. He'll be joining the restored United States Department of Agriculture, Mr. Jones, Mr. Pilkington, and of course Mr. Whymper, Mr. Pilkington being dead, as you've all seen, Mr. Whymper, and of course Molly and Boxer in their adventures. You can hire him in a Preserver Warband, and he is a super cool new model. He'll be available soon, along with some other new minis. You'll see a whole Witches Wonders on the new stuff coming out from Joey in the near future, but I figured I'd update you on his painting. So besides the stuff you've seen before, which would be the MC Studios remaining scenery, so I've got to get those fences, fountain, and stuff done. And then the Toha stuff you saw last week, the Bushido stuff, that's all still the exact same as it was the week before. I've got these new things to work on. I've got Johnny Atomic, the Wasteland DJ. This mini is just amazing. If you don't know why Johnny Atomic is Johnny Atomic, it's probably the coolest gift idea ever that a game designer could do for a friend. So this is actually one of Joey's really good friends, Johnny, and he's been put in the game as a Wasteland DJ. I think that is cool as hell. So he's got his base coats and washes on him, but he's not quite finished yet, and he'll be finished relatively soon. But again, he's not available yet. He's going to be available soon for all those awesome Kickstarter backers. Haven't gone through their pledge managers yet. Make sure you do it if you want to get him. He's available through there. And then this is something that Owen brought back to me. I'll do Witches Wonders in this too, because I'd never heard of this coming before. It's Laughing Jack. They do MDF terrain. He brought back the snack bar, which I think is so cool. And they sell freedom fries, which are all bullets. And this was a gift from Owen when he came back from Adepticon. He brought me this that I really want to get put together and added to our selection of event terrain, because this is just a super cool thing. And he bought, of course, because I play Ariadna. He figured the freedom fries were an appropriate thing for me to have. So I'm gonna get this built too and painted, because it'll be a quick paint. And it's just, the sign is so cool, and the whole thing is so cool in general. You'll see it relatively soon. And there you have it, another week's worth of painting on the books. I managed to film some sort of big things, or finish some big things this week, so I got some buildings done. It's just like, it's the stuff that's like time intensive that I have to do at the studio, because I can take miniatures home, and that's what I do, is I paint like smaller models and scale like the infantry and the tag and stuff I'll paint at the house. But the big terrain stuff takes some time, so I tend to do that while I'm here on breaks between games, and whenever I can get the odd couple of hours in the evening where I can come in and do stuff. So that's why it's taking me so long to finish the buildings. They would not normally take me very long if I could paint them somewhere else. And doing the windows was just a sit down and paint thing, which was awesome. I'm excited to get more of This Is Not a Test stuff done. I got stuff coming up next week. I'm gonna get to record my Horizon Wars Let's Play, so you can look forward to that coming out soon, as well as some other Horizon Wars games. I got somebody coming down and play that. What else is coming up new? I'm running a mini ITS tomorrow, which is what the stuff you're seeing right now for the Yu Ching is for. I'll be playing and filming 3 ITS games, as will Owen. So you get to see an entire tournament, 4-player tournament. It's just a mini ITS through the perspective of 2 different players, and get to see some of the Human Sphere N3 stuff done in a competitive format. That's for a new series that you're going to see airing starting in June, as part of the, I guess, birthday celebration for the channel. Because I want to start some new programs, and one of them is going to be called Aristaya, which is, if you don't know anything about Infinity, a TV show. I guess it's a Maya cast show, or a cast through the Human Sphere, and it's what they made some of the post-humans for, like Will Wallace and all of these clones, not clones, but made-up android post-human people like Joan of Arc and Achilles, because they fight in this show where you basically have famous heroes fight each other to death, or fight each other in like some kind of bloodless blood sport combat thing. So I thought doing competitive gaming for Infinity would be fun. We can separate it from the Radio Free Neoterra stuff, where we just kind of dither around and do some actual ranked games for ITS too. So if you want to sign up for that in the future, all you have to do is drop me an email. I do have a ton of codes because I'm a war core right now for the one-shot tournament events, so we can always play an Aristaya game by using a code from the one-off tournaments where you just play a single game tournament and it gets ranked. So we'll see you for more painting stuff in the future. I'll be piling through tons more models next week, as I always am. And of course, when that's done, you will check it out and see what I got finished for the week on Saturday. So we'll see you then. Till the mash. Have a good one.